Landlords in the UK are owed over £1 billion in unpaid rent, and after hearing these stories, you'll understand why. From rent dodgers to dead cats and illegal subletting. These real life horror stories are shocking and more common than you think. If you want to hear the truth about renting, evictions and the UK property game, do me a favour and hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into it. I finally got possession of my East London flat after nearly a year of non-payment and legal battles. The tenant left owing £9,300 in rent and a dead cat in one bedroom. Don't ask. The cleanup alone is going to cost a couple of thousand. Is there a realistic way to get this money back? Should I take her to small claims? Also, is this kind of nightmare common? I'm honestly feeling pretty defeated right now. When a tenant leaves owing rent or causing damage, you need to document it as much as possible. Take videos, pictures, make sure you've got a good record of everything. Then you should be able to claim that back from the deposit. Now, if that doesn't cover everything, then you may need to take them to small claims court, but make sure you've got that evidence for you. I gave my Manchester tenant a Section 21 notice, but she stopped paying rent right after. The council apparently told her that she could stay until bailiffs evict her. It's been 7 months and I can't sell my house because she refuses to leave. She still owes over 6k. What legal steps can I take to get her out faster? Is there any way to claim back rent arrears? I'm at my wit's end here. The system feels totally broken. If a tenant's refusing to leave and the council's not helping you at all, it's essential to follow the legal eviction process step by step. It sounds like the council's on the tenant's side, so make sure you've crossed your T's and dotted your I's, and make sure every document that you need to has been served. Sometimes offering a financial incentive to tenants can get them out a bit quicker. It's not ideal, but it could actually save you money and time in the long run. My tenant Steve paid for rent for a few months, then disappeared. I finally evicted him after 6 months of no rent and no contact. When I entered the property, the freezer was full of rotten food with maggots. He left a note apologising, but said he had mental health issues. I'm out nearly 6k and worried about repairs. Has anyone dealt with cleaning and repairing after a tenant like this? What's the best way to get some compensation? Thanks. When a tenant leaves a property in a poor condition, it's important to take lots of pictures before and after. Get professional cleaning quotes and quotes for repairs, and that can be taken out of the deposit. To try to stop this in the future, you should try to focus on tenant screening and do some regular property visits. I rented out my 2-bed flat to a single mum on universal credit. She paid the first month's rent, then stopped completely. She says she's paying me in cash, but I haven't seen a penny. I served a Section 8 notice, but she's ignoring all my calls and won't answer the door. The council says she might be able to stay until bailiffs get involved, which could be months away. I'm nearly 8 months behind on rent, and I'm worried about the damage she might be doing inside. Has anyone been through this? What can I do to speed things up or protect my property? Really stressed and wondering if I should just cut my losses. If a tenant stops paying rent, you need to act quickly and serve a Section 8 notice as soon as possible. You may have to wait for 2 months of non-paying rent before you can actually serve this. Also, if they're on universal credit, it might be worth applying to universal credit directly to receive payments from them. I rented my Birmingham flat to a guy who worked in hospitality. He paid rent for a few months, then stopped. Now I've found out he's subletting the place on Facebook without my permission. I'm worried about liability and damage. I've served a notice, but haven't heard back. The people he's renting to are confused about who the landlord actually is. Has anyone dealt with illegal subletting like this? How do I get possession back quickly? Also, can I claim back unpaid rent from the original tenant even though he's not living there? Thanks in advance. If you discover your tenant subletting without your permission, you need to gather as much evidence as possible. Think of messages, screenshots and witness statements, and review your tenancy agreement to confirm for breach. Then you need to serve a formal notice to the original tenant for breach of contract. Remember, your original tenant is still liable for rent, so pursue them for any missed payments. These stories aren't just horror tales, they highlight some real problems in the UK rental system. Slow evictions, lack of council support, and tenants who take advantage of the process. But they also show how important it is to know your rights, understand the law, and protect yourself, whether you're a landlord or a tenant. If you've ever had a nightmare tenant, or maybe even been one, drop your story in the comments below. If you found this video useful, do me a favour, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll catch you on the next one.